She came back from her funeral, but she's not my mom. A horror story written in the voice of the daughter. I never thought I'd see my mother again. Not after I watched her body lowered into the earth. Not after I stood in the freezing rain, clutching her favorite scarf, listening to the priest say things like eternal rest and peaceful sleep. Not after I threw a single white rose into the grave and whispered goodbye through shaking lips. She was gone. Gone in every sense of the word. And it broke me. I spent the rest of that day in silence, barely eating, barely speaking. The house felt like a hollow shell without her. That night, I made myself tea. She always said chamomile helped with grief. I even used her favorite mug, the one with the tiny chip on the handle. I sat on the couch staring at the empty hallway where she used to call me for dinner. That's when I heard it, the front door unlocking. Not a knock, not a creak, a slow, mechanical click, like someone had turned the key, but no one had a key. No one but me and my father, and he was still out of town. I stood up, heart hammering. The teacup trembled in my hand. Footsteps echoed through the hallway. Slow, measured, click, click, click. Heels, just like she wore every Sunday to church. I couldn't breathe, and then I saw her. She stood in the doorway, soaking wet from head to toe, wearing the same dark green dress we buried her in. Same string of pearls, same warm brown eyes. Her hair was combed neatly to the side like she always wore it. "Mom," I whispered. She smiled, but something was off. Her smile didn't quite reach her eyes. It was too symmetrical, too practiced, like something wearing a human face. "I missed you, baby," she said in her voice. But it wasn't her voice. Not really. There was no softness, no tremble, no love, just the shape of the words. She stepped forward. That's when I noticed her shoes weren't making any sound anymore. They floated, just an inch off the ground. Her feet didn't touch. I looked behind her. There was no shadow. And when she passed by the hallway mirror, she had no reflection. I ran, locked myself in my room, slammed the door, and pushed a chair up against it. I could hear her on the other side, knocking, then whispering. "Let me in, sweetheart. I made your tea." I didn't move, didn't speak, didn't even cry. Hours passed. The knocking stopped around 3:17 a.m. I finally dozed off around dawn, still curled up in the corner. When I woke up, the door was unlocked, and on my nightstand, a cup of tea, still warm, chamomile, in her chipped mug. I had buried my mother, but something came back wearing her face, and it's still here. Watching, waiting, smiling,